First post of 2020. Do you remember what we were doing when we took this? Or before we took this?
I don't know, but I know that Trump was saying something about COVID.
Well, I can't deny that. So, the day that we took this one, we were at school. This was a Saturday. We were doing work for the the oral exams. The f***ing...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, I don't remember what they were called.
Yeah, we were like practicing.
Was it the IA?
No, that was the other thing.
No, FOA was the live presentations. Where we had to do it to the class. Those were the FOAs. I think IA was the... No.
No, I remember what you're talking about.
You know
like
what? We had to go... Maybe they were called...
We had to go in a room with the teacher, and then she would like ask us questions about some reading or something.
Yes,
right?
yes.
Yeah.
And we didn't know what the questions were.
And it was recorded.
And then she'd have to... Yeah.
Whatever the agency was.
The IB, whatever people.
Yeah.
And then they would have to grade us on how well we did, and it was a pretty intimidating exam.
It was intimidating because I think we had to be there and talk for like a good what was it, like
10 minutes,
10 to 15 minutes.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, and it felt like a long time because I don't know. It's not even like I don't even know if it was that like hard of a thing. It was just like the pressure of it.
Yeah.
And like it got like hyped up so much, I feel like.
I remember being very nervous walking into that room.
Yes.
But it was only because of the way it was set up, I think. Because it was like you were one-on-one, you were being recorded, we were actually in an enormous room. Like
we were, huh? It wasn't like just like a tiny little
No,
room,
it was like a big room. And
yes.
we were like sitting in the lecture hall, basically.
Yeah, I do remember that.
But looking back,
it probably wasn't that bad.
I feel like it wasn't that bad. I feel like I could do it again easily.
Yeah, probably. But yeah, we went to school on a Saturday. I remember Parker, I think Dean was with us, and we went there and we were there for like a couple hours, and then we went to McDonald's after. And I do believe this is the last official McDonavan post.
And it ends where it began, next to that
in that one little area. Yeah, you're right. I didn't even put that together. That's crazy.
Was I sitting in the baby seat? Is that?
I think you were.
It was so funny. You can't even see the f***ing baby seat.
I think you were, and I don't know why. Like, I don't know what was going on with the framing here. Were we trying to get you to see the word seed? Was that the joke?
Seed.
Seed, because that's
on
like
assess seed B.
That was really integral that we included.
That's what the caption should have been. On assess seed B.
That's a better caption than what I actually put.
New day, new look. New
I think that's because that's what it said there. Yeah. Okay. All right. Next we got Sonic the Hedgehog-avan. So saw Sonic the Hedgehog movie. That was a pretty big deal.
That was hype. That was on Valentine's Day.
Coming out. That was they had that whole controversy with the original Sonic design, and then enough people pressed about how bad the design was, and they ended up changing it for the final movie.
It is a good movie. I will say I think in hindsight Detective Pikachu holds up better in my mind than the Sonic the Hedgehog. I still like this movie. It's just I don't like it as much.
The thing about this movie is it's kind of generic,
Yeah.
and like its plot and like execution, and it's charming. It's a charming movie, but I just think Detective Pikachu was more like kind of creative.
Yeah.
Looking back,
it's a little more creative, and this movie does the thing that always kind of takes me out of animated CGI movies like this, where like he entered the real world, and like he's from this like imaginary.
I don't know why they decided to do that with Sonic of all characters.
I don't know, because like even in the Sonic games, like I guess it's different game by game, but like usually they coexist with humans.
Yeah.
It's like there's like the human society, but then also Sonic and his friends exist like in a different part of the world. They're gonna have a third one.
They are gonna have a third one this year. And I am excited for that because I think it'll be fun. I did like the second movie more than this one.
I like the second movie more, and I think the third one is going to be even better because they're going to have Shadow in it.
And they're going to have Live and Learn.
They're going to have Live and Learn, and they're going to have the f***ing truck chasing him, probably.
Oh, from Escape from the City?
From Escape from the City.
And then Jim Carrey's coming back?
I really hope that they have a scene. Did you see recently that they confirmed the actor for Maria?
Yes.
So that
and everyone was...
That means that a little girl is going to get gunned down in this movie.
Well, I remember going on Twitter and seeing that... Like, they didn't officially say that person was her, I don't think. But it was very clearly like, this is...
She confirmed it since.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she said, I am playing Maria.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And then everyone in the comments was like, yo, she's gonna fucking die! Oh, and then here's more comments. So, our friend Mitchell Griffin, who we went to school with, said, great movie, perfect role for Jim Carrey. And then Aiden said, no. And then Mitchell Griffin said, you are Mom Gay. And then Aiden said, no, you are Mom Gay.
I can imagine that conversation playing out in real life, too.
Specifically,
Aiden be like, no, you are Mom Gayer.
All right, next we got, This was like basically the last time that we like got together to hang out before the end of the world.
Before everything changed.
Before everything changed.
And the Sonic movie was the last movie I saw in theaters until
that was
like 2 years later.
That was the last movie that a lot of people saw in theaters before that all happened. Yeah. So our friend Cody, the last couple years, he was part of this thing at our school, Wolverine pageant, which is like to help raise money for, you know, like babies that are like that have like health complications.
Yeah.
And he was a part of that. This was the first year that he was a part of that as one of the pageant contestants. And this was that night that they had like the actual like event, which was like, you know, a big like stage presentation to like help raise money. And afterwards we went to Sherry's and we had food and then we took this. I think the reason why
get a big ass Rice Krispie treat?
Well, I think that was one of like the raffle prizes.
Okay.
But for some reason I remember like holding it at some point and we were like, dude, that's a big ass Rice Krispie treat. And then I think that's why. Look, there's Dean.
Oh my god.
Hitting the water. Are you just drinking from like the complimentary water?
I apparently was just drinking from the jug that they gave us.
That they give us. I guess everyone had their fair share of water at that point. Right when COVID was about to happen, man, we were just trying to get us all. I can't believe it.
I was testing the water literally. Thanks.
That's pretty good. That was pretty good one. That was pretty good, dude. Anyway, this was the last post that I think we did before shit hit the fan. Yeah, the next one is like months later.
Holy.
And so this is in August. So this is when, you know, I don't know if it was like socially acceptable to like hang out with people, but we still did.
This was probably one of the first times where we like took off the masks.
But yeah, we were at
Andrew's. Crazy. We probably shouldn't have hung out, but we did anyway.
We did anyway. And
but I don't think anybody ever got COVID.
No. Not during this point. But yeah, and so we were at Andrew's. I think we had just slept over, and you guys were just like fucking around with
this was his old house, huh?
This was his old house. One of his old houses. Okay.
Oh shit.
Look at this. This is literally like a year, almost like over a year later. And look how your hair changed.
My hair.
Yeah. So when I said earlier that we're gonna see the evolution of your hair, I kind of lied because it's just kind of sudden.
Yeah,
I feel like
it just
but
happens.
it's over the course of a year, obviously. This was like I think one of the first movies that I saw in the theater after COVID. I like Free Guy. I think it's a pretty fun movie.
I like Free Guy.
It's fun. It's just kind of like you have a fun time watching it. Jacksepticeye's in it.
That's true.
Ninja's in it.
Ninja is in it.
Pokemon.
I don't even remember Ninja being in it.
Chris Evans. So that was that. So yeah, that was just us seeing the movie. And then the next one.
Oh shit.
We saw Shang-Chi event.
Also a good movie.
Also a pretty good movie, but definitely in the higher tier of Marvel movies post Endgame.
I would say. Yeah. I'd say it's one of my top.
Yeah, but
that being said, I haven't seen all of them.
I have also not seen all of them.
Is the thing that I'm doing? Is this the 10 rings pose? I don't know.
Maybe, but then Aiden commented Gangnam Style, but I don't know why he did. Like, was there Gangnam Style in the movie?
No, I think he just Gangnam Style. I don't know.
And then we saw No Way Home event.
No Way Home event.
Yeah. We saw that's the name of the movie, No Way Home event. This was a really good movie. This was a fun time. I don't know, like, okay, when I look back at No Way Home, I have a really hard time determining if it was actually like a good movie or if it was just like the hype of it.
Yeah.
Like I can't tell.
I have a similar problem with it because I actually like the other two Spider-Man movies more.
Oh, really?
In the trilogy.
Mm-hmm.
I still like this movie,
right.
But like you, I don't know if I like it just because it's like so self-referential to all of Spider-Man. I think it actually is a good movie.
I think it's not a bad movie.
It rests on its laurels a lot. Like there's a lot of like tropes of like Spider-Man in general, like Aunt May dying and spoilers, stuff like that.
Everyone's seen this movie. Made $1 billion.
Yeah,
I think $2 billion.
If you're watching this video and you haven't seen this movie, then like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
But it's also one of the ones that I think is in the upper echelon of post-Endgame Marvel movies.
I mean, I agree.
I appreciate that they didn't dip too hard into the MCU stuff. Like, they have Doctor Strange, but that's kind of it, you know?
That's true, yeah. I mean, through and through, like, it is like a Spider-Man-driven movie.
Yeah.
So I do like that.
I appreciate when Marvel movies are more self-contained.
Oh! And we have a little Keaton cameo. Keaton. Yeah. And then I think this is the final blank of in picture we ever did. Was Baby Yoda Vin. It all kind of culminated into this.
Wow.
And this was the the bookend to the journey.
This was specifically for Quentin.
It was, yeah.
This is around the time when he just got really in his brain that that I was just like this massive Mandalorian Baby Yoda fan.
I think he told me it's because he saw you had like a Baby Yoda keychain or something. Did you not?
I didn't even. Oh wait, no, I did.
Are you sure? Okay.
No, wait, no, he's totally right. I forgot about that.
And it might have been like during high school or something.
Yeah.
But for whatever reason, like just years later, he decided to make that.
It was during high school because one of my mom's friends like was like making them. She was like stitching together these little Baby Yoda like keychain things.
I remember like there would be times when I would bring you up in conversation, like I'd be like, "Oh, Donovan is coming over later," and he's like, "Is he bringing Baby Yoda?"